Hey folks, it's T2sday. This is the T2sday, the T2 tile project where we're trying to build a completely crazy, wacky, new computational stack. Most recently, using a simulated vehicle as a test bed for control. Let's check in with Beevee. You know what your problem is? Asked Slim. What's my problem? Said Beevee. You need a coach so that you can do better. And I suppose you could be that coach, is what you're saying, Slim? Well, maybe. Let's try it. See, now that's bad. Don't do that, said Slim. Uh-huh, said Beevee. So a lot of this stuff to help out Slim. So, for example, the goal here is to face to the east, head east, and then turn south and head south so you end up in the southeast corner. And BV was just going over and over again, kept turning again, and that took a long time to figure out. And then this happened. How does BV know which direction is east? By looking for the green sun in the east with the balls that happened to be in front of him. Couldn't see the sun. So this I would consider a robustness failure. And since we're saying we're trying to be a robust first model of computation, we need to pay attention to these. Here as well. I'll talk about that one afterwards. So now the drive a while mechanism, which is how we're supposed to escape when we're stuck behind balls, that wasn't working either, and that caused another infinite loop, another robustness failure, which we have to pay attention to. Do you see that? The eyes are looking into the turn. That's a good thing. I'll talk about that too. But now BV is headed west and thinks he's headed south. That would be a correctness failure. It's harder than it looks, said Slim. Uh-huh, said BV. So there it is. The goals for today, for right now, was BV should localize, meaning BV should be able to figure out where on the grid it is located at any given time and keep track of that. And we've been trying to do that for months. As you can see, all of those failures and occasional signs of progress were all in service of that. We'll see how we did. Also, I was supposed to pick a research notebook topic for the video, the next video to go, oh, well, maybe not the next video, but the next research notebook video to go over on the Dave Ackley channel. I have decided, I might be able to change my mind, but the plan is to do a research notebook video on generalized system control. I want to take all of this stuff that I have now learned about PID controllers and this and that and the other thing, and try to put it in all in one place in a little bit of context and so on. Have more big fun. Yeah, we had a ton of fun. So for once, not for once, but for not so often, we're declaring big total green check marks for all of the goals for this month. So, that's a little weird. I wonder how that happened. All right, so I want to talk about development and then talk a little bit about planning for the second half of 2025, which is coming up awful fast. I think that this is where we're actually supposed to jump right on the second BV episode that we've got now. So let's do that and hope it's right. does not appear to be. Uh-oh. Is it over here? No, it's nowhere. What happened? Well, this will be interesting. So now we're going to try and fix this thing up. Well, that looks like it is what it's supposed to be. So let's try that again. Crazy. Beevee and Slim were having fun playing around with some footage they found in the lab.
How are we going to do it? Well, in the case of Beevee, our robot, we are going to continue to try to focus on having Beevee figure out where Beevee is on the grid.
So why'd you speed him up like that, Slim?
Beevee localizes. Actually has like
That's
an
what he always does to me, said Beevee.
One little hitch. The goals for May 6th, okay, localize. You know, I am the boy who cried localize, but I feel like I'm so close.
So do you think you could do it if you wanted to, asked Slim? Well, sure, said Beevee. It's about willpower and intention. I can do it anytime I want. You could not, said Slim. Watch, said Beevee. What's going on there? So here it is. Tick and tock, counting squares. Told ya, said Beevee. Nice, said Slim. So there it is. Yes. Well, I don't know. Is that's like 6 months or something like that. So these slides are off too. I don't know what's going on. Oh well. That's the professor finishing slides as they walk up to the podium. Behavior, results, consequences. So I want to talk about a few of the persistent problems as well as a little bit about the solutions before, we've got to go fast, before going on to the planning stage, which is just going to still have to be quick. So garden variety bugs, I had plenty of those. I've talked about them for the last several months. Then specifically correctness failures versus robustness failures. And it was kind of funny because I didn't really have it clear in my mind that there were two different kinds of things, but there kind of is. So robustness failures. The obvious case was when Beevee was trying to find east-left by looping until he saw enough green, until Beevee saw enough green to declare, this must be east. I will head in that direction. When it just, and this happened completely at random, for the first time, was close and behind two balls that completely obscured the view of the green sun, and the first time out, it just spun and spun and spun. And, an infinite loop is bad for everybody, I guess, except supposedly the infinite loop of life, the infinite loop that isn't doing any useful work. That is the robustness failure. And so I added a bunch of things. So eventually I got rid of this whole free loop and went with a little box step thing, because I try to be bottom up. I try to respect take advantage of what the world gives you. Use stigmergy. It's a term that comes up quite a bit in this kind of work. Let the terrain be its own map as much as you can. But there's also this thing saying, if you want to have exact control, if you want to know, am I on this square or I am on one square over, you basically, once you get in control, you'd like to stay in control, because once you lose it, you don't know, you may have to do a lot of work to get it back again. So that was a problem. So the solution was two parts: to use a box step so that there could be a count of how many times to turn left before saying, something's wrong. And then this other idea, a whole new thing of just drive a while in some direction. And that could in fact be random as far as anything is concerned. To hopefully get clear of whatever the obstruction is. And that worked fairly well. And then this correctness failure. Beevee thought it was heading south when in fact it was heading east. So it was counting the wrong steps. It was getting all messed up, and that was because there was a loss of control. There was at one point, and you can see it now that you know what to look for in the first episode of Beevee. There's these cases where it falls off the line and picks up another line without noticing, and so it turns from, for example, heading south to heading east without noticing. And again, so we just have to engineer those out. And here's another one where the Beevee got so close to an earth ball, and an earth ball has a bit of red in it. I didn't plan on it that way; it just kind of worked out that way, and I've been trying to live with it. In fact, Beevee smeared his left eye stalk against the thing, and got enough red in the camera that he thought he had reached the right edge and started to head south, thinking he was when in fact he was in the middle. Such things. And then just crazy bugs. This is an interesting bug, but I don't have time to talk about it. So if folks are interested, they can ask during the live stream afterwards, and I'll come back to this one. But I do want to push on to this as well. Okay. So happy. Happy. I took a selfie of myself when I finally got it working, and you can see that this is where it's positioned, 2322. Its goal is 2222. It's almost there, and I figured, maybe that could be a good title card for this episode. We shall see. All right, so I've got to finish up, and yes, so for the second half of this year, if possible, I am getting quite serious about trying to get a TensTorrent Blackhole Quietbox, and they have not shipped yet, but they're saying 10 to 12 weeks out, and I have tremendous amount of nervousness about this because I've told stories before about how unwise it is to start trying to build a software project on top of essentially experimental hardware. That's what I would be doing if I get this, but I think it's going to be cool. I think it's a lot of hardware. The Blackhole Quietbox costs $12,000, but we have a donor to the Living Computation Foundation who is willing to fund most or all of that, which would be very, very helpful. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Next time I want to have the second half plan confirmed, and I want to have more big fun. This month was good. I want next month to be good too. So that is it.